Hey everybody, welcome to the Stingpot Shack Show. Today we are talking about the Grace system that was finally revealed by Mainframe. We've been talking about it for weeks, for months. Gosh, when they first mentioned the religion system and the miracles and the priest and the feudal system, how it's all going to flow together, I really got excited. And we've been praying for some grace ever since then. Now, earlier this year, they did release the market update with the economy and the gold system. And I thought, and we all thought, the grace system was going to be introduced then, but they held it off. They tend to keep sprinkling in these features instead of giving them to us full force. So today, we're going to be talking about today's announcement, which is the Market Square update number 2, which is the introduction of the Grace system. Now, the Grace system is going to be launching on Thursday, January the 23rd. That's going to be 2 a.m. Central Time, 3 a.m. Eastern Time. This update window is going to be lasting 8 hours, so you might have to do some real work for a change for the first half of the morning in the United States as we get ready for the Grace system to be unveiled. There's not going to be any wipe with this. Don't worry about it. No wipes are involved. So here's one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed in is the Grace system can be earned just by logging in. You're going to get a small amount of grace when you log in, but here's the disappointing part. So it is shared across the region. So if you have all your characters in the same region, you're going to be sharing that same grace pool. Now, this does allow you to as a clan, you probably want to, spread out anyway. So I know in our clan Stolen Valor, we've got a couple people in Gravis, a couple people in Lavadon, a couple people in Armenhack. So kind of spread things around. Kind of want to do that anyway for clan recruitment, but that's another story. Today we're talking about the Grace system. And so the same account, all your characters will share the same grace pool if they are in the same region. So do you want more grace than that? Well, you're going to have to spend gold. They haven't given us the details, but on Thursday's stream, be sure to tune in to twitch.tv/StinkPotStudios, where we're going to be giving you a live example of exactly what this Grace system is going to be looking like. That's going to be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central on twitch.tv/StinkPotStudios. Now, the price of Grace will reset every day. There's going to be a base amount that it gets reset to. And I said you had to spend that gold. So every time you spend that gold, you're going to get a little bit of a more diminishing return. And eventually it's going to be to the point where it's not worth spending that gold and you'll want to wait till the next day. So they're kind of capping it on a daily basis so you can't accumulate too much grace. So that is the currency that they are introducing. Grace is going to be representing like divine favor. It's the holy resources for performing miracles. We'll get into that in a minute. It is the spiritual energy enabling unique non-combat related spells. So that is the important thing to remember is Grace is not meant for the carnal combat warriors inside of you. It's meant for, have a little grace. Enjoy the non-combat aspects of this game of PAX Day. Now, there's 3 different things we're going to be talking about here today. We're going to be talking about blessings, miracles, and, of course, we just talked about grace. So what is a blessing?
The blessing!
Yeah. The blessing. So what that is talking about is in this update, there's actually not going to be any miracles. So let's just put that to bed right now. There's not going to be any miracles. And we all have been wanting fast travel. Fast travel is actually going to be the first miracle they put in the game. But guess what? It's not coming in this update. Oh, that was my probably, I was so much looking forward to having fast travel finally, and I was a little taken back, a little hurt by that when they said miracles were not making it into this update, just the 2 blessings. So let's talk about these 2 blessings here. There's one called Tradesman Blessing, and what that's going to allow you is increase your skill levels for an hour. This bonus is mainly just decreasing your crafting failure rates. Now, I have a lot of questions about this. So, Mainframe mentioned in Discord today that the main point of this is if your crafting failure rate is less, over time you're going to be getting more XP. Well, that's great. And if you guys have been playing the early access for any amount of time, you'll notice in the recent updates, we all have witnessed an increase in the failures for crafting. So this was intentional, apparently, and now we know why it's been put in the game, because now you're going to have these blessings, which will reduce it back to basically where it was, but it's only temporary for an hour. And you can see right here, there's a grace associated cost to it from the screenshots that we've seen so far. Some of them are, 20 grace, 40 grace, 60 grace. Now, when they say you're going to get a small amount of grace for every login, we don't know how much it's going to be. I would say getting 20, 40, 60 grace is probably going to be fairly easy, but I don't know, especially for something that's only going to last an hour. I would say you could get a few hundred grace every day, but hey, we'll have to wait to Thursday to see it for sure on our live stream. So that is the tradesman's blessing, basically a +1 from. Maybe there's other blessings that do more than +1, but from the videos that were released today, only +1. Like this specific one on screen is +1 for leatherworking and fletching. Now that brings up another question. So if they are basically just temporarily reducing the crafting failures, but how is that going to work? Is it really just a +1? How can they guarantee you're going to have less crafting failures? Because from your skill levels out there, there's some skill levels, let's say for example 33, and you go up to 34. Well, sometimes when you go up a skill level in a crafting profession, the base difficulty rating doesn't change. So you could be at hard difficulty for 3 or 4 levels. So if you apply this +1 and it's still essentially the same difficulty rating, I hope it's not tied to that. I hope there's a separate, calculation for ensuring there will be less failures. Because if you're just going by the base difficulty that is shown on the recipe, that could be problematic. So we'll have to wait and see how Thursday plays out on that. I hope it is guaranteed to be less crafting failures, but if you're basing it on skill levels, I'm a little bit leery of that. All right, so the second type of blessing is going to be a gatherer blessing. And in this one, you can see it costs 20 grace in order to cast it. These are spells. So it looks like this one is on lumber. So wood cutting. So basically your gatherer blessing is only going to give you a bonus yield for the particular resource. So you can see there's pictures for hides, for ores, for wood cutting, and then for gathering plants. So we'll have to see again. You can see the duration is an hour, and it just says increased wood cutting yield. If you watch the videos, it shows them cutting wood, and then it'll say like 200 wood gathered. In parentheses, it'll show another number to indicate how much bonus yield you got. So that'll be what you got to pay attention to when you're actually out there gathering. So tradesman and gatherer, those are going to be the 2 blessings that are going to be in game. So that's coming on Thursday. And like I said, guys, miracles are not coming. Fast travel is not coming. Oh, we're just going to have to wait until the next one. Now, this is the first time they've really given us the chunk. I was even pessimistic, saying they said that grace was coming in January, but they said that in December. And out of the blue, they said today, like gave us 2 days notice. There's no teaser week or nothing. They said, hey, it's coming Thursday. Get ready. So I hope you guys are ready. Save up that gold. Who knows how much you're going to have to spend to get onto those blessings. And we'll hopefully see you guys on Thursday on twitch.tv/StinkPot Studios for our live stream, where we see this live for the first time, 7 p.m. Central. While you're here, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let us know in the comments below if you are interested in PAX Day, what keeps you playing on PAX Day, and let's discuss the Grace system together. We'll see you next time. I'm StinkPot, and this has been your Shack Show. Have a good night.